Me again. So, yesterday I got tired. There's body work back there. I got tired of that shit. I'm really tired of that shit. God damn it. So, I thought I would peel apart. You can't see it. But I thought I'd peel apart the heater out of the old fire turd. I never even thought about that fire turd. Because the thing's so full of mouse shit. Fire turd, that's pretty good. Anyways, so I pulled the heater apart out of the old fire turd. I'd already pulled the heater box out. And really, it's I think it's about the last corner of the mouse graveyard on account of the car's ripped down to its bare steel carcass. So, yeah, it's nasty. And it's ignorant. And I wish I was an accountant, but I'm not. So what I'm going to do, this will probably be a quick video so as not to put you all the way to sleep. I wouldn't mind still being asleep right now. We'll have a look at the heater controls. There's not much to look at in the box, because this is one box there's not much to see. There's a lot of boxes out there you probably want to look at. Firebird heater box? Not one of them. What usually winds up happening in these old pieces of shit is over the years, the heater controls, thusly, we wish we knew how to play bagpipes, hey? So the things, the doodads and the hoojars here, everybody gets all busted and all bitched up and nothing works. And I mean, if you're going to have one of these old cars, somebody's got to fix this shit, right? Who's going to fix it? If it doesn't work, you either got to fix it or you got to spend a lot of money in parts. So I looked at the availability of parts, and of course you can buy the shit. There's a few options. Here, I'm going to point you down so you don't got to look at my ugly mug. You can look at this piece of shit. Just a second. Oh, look at that. Look at that toiletry there, hey? Oh, there we go. Okay, so. Oh, can you see me? Yeah. So what we have here, I could use a pointer. Here, that's a nice pointer. So, in these things, they're pretty simple, really. Get comfy here. You know, stuff, words, what it does. It's really one reason that I want to do something with this is the originality of it. I want to keep as much of this car as we can on account of the kid wants to keep as much of his dad's car as possible. So as I said, I got on the old phoned up old Johnny Google, and of course I can buy a new heater control, an assembly without the cables. Eh? Actually, it doesn't have this switch either. I can find used ones on eBay that are probably don't work. They're probably in worse shape than this is, for anywhere from $130, $140 up to $200, $300 American. I can buy a brand new refurbished one for, what did I see, $380 or something American. See, I'm Canadian, that's why I say American pricing, because there's a difference. So there's those options, or you can buy a kit to fix one of these that comes with all these little arms in here. Now, I don't know if you've ever looked inside of one of these. You see all the spider legs in there? Is that creepy? Do you like spiders? Well, there's some spider legs. It's a good thing my wife isn't out here. She hates spiders. And the way these things work is, so your lower one on here is your defroster. This lever is hooked to a cable. If you don't know, here, which one is it? Oh, it's this first one. See, as I'm moving that, see that wire coming in and out? Look at that, hey? There's when you go to bed at night. Here's how you wake up in the morning. So that's what all these rods do. Or all these levers, hey? Oh, can you even see that? Here, I'll bring it up here. Want to see it again? Right, so they're all hooked to one. You get it? Feel me? You got me? All right. So now what happens is these need to move freely, the cables need to move freely. It's not very often something will happen to the cable because these rods are generally stainless steel or a hardened spring steel or whatever. They're pretty goddamn tough. So not much is going to happen to them. You can bend them a little bit, but you got to be doing something to bend that. And then just a metal bound cable and blah, 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 blah. And they're up underneath the dash, so they're not going to get full of road grime and all kinds of shit like that because they're hidden up underneath the dash. They might get full of mouse piss, but they're not going to get full of road grime. All right? All right. Here, just a sec. I'll demonstrate to you. As to what happens to why these things quit working. Look at this hunk of business. Would you? Could you? I'm tired of looking at it. That's some nasty shit we got going on here. Now, them cables, what I just showed you, this guy bolts to the firewall just like this. You're sitting over here when you're driving, and your passenger's sitting over him, and this is the way this thing's bolted to the firewall. On the inside, underneath the dash. Those cables come and they hook to these, I don't know what you want to call them, they hook to these. And these are arms that are attached to doors on the inside. See that? So that's going to be your heat door because your heater core sits here thusly. So when you set your thing to heat and your air is coming through, you put the cable to heat and it opens that door up so the air goes through the heater core and puts heat in the car. When you turn the heat down in the summertime, closes that door so the air doesn't go into the car anymore. This one over here, you know, doesn't it just always figure, as soon as you're touching something that is just the nastiest, grossest shit ever, and they say don't rub your eyes and don't pick your nose, well, your eye gets itchy and you get a booger. Anyways, so this is another one of those things. Those cables that I showed, so this screw here into this bracket, that's going to hold, oh, let me show you, as quick as I can so you don't fall asleep. This one in particular holds this bracket. Going in the opposite direction I'm showing you, but it bolts there, and then this cable, right, hooks onto here. And then when you go with that cable, it moves this and moves the door, right? Same with that cable. Push it up, back and forth, whatever. That's what's doing that. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in here? So just look at this goddamn thing, would you? Can you see it? Like, this didn't come out of the Titanic, this came out of that Firebird. This is the top of it that's underneath the dash. No, the windshield did not leak. It doesn't have a sunroof and it doesn't have T-roofs. You see all the foam? That's mouse piss. Mouse piss did that. See, there's the bottom. Mouse piss doesn't collect on the bottom. So I'm going to blast it and paint it up and stuff. You know, just looking at this, it makes me want to rub my eye. But I'm sure that I'll die. Sure is where I'm standing. And again, here, that's this guy here. See how that door's moving back and forth. So that one's changing it from your feet, flipper to there. That'll push the air up through there and go up to your windshield. So that's how the heater box works. Long road to explaining the cables, right? Right. All right. Let's get that invested. I mean, that thing is just a plague waiting to happen. I'm the plague waiting to happen, God damn it. Oh, let's get this table back up here again. Come here, you dirty prick. All right, there's our table again. Whee! There's the thingamawatsis. So, to continue the story. What happens is all them doors I just showed you, they get all full of mouse piss and dog and cat food and shit, and they seize up from the goddamn little bastards being in there. And so you get into the car, and you grab this thing, and it won't move, so you go, ah! And you Arnold Schwarzenegger the thing over. And like I said, these cables, these are stiff business. So when that lever won't move, and this cable ain't going to give, what happens is, these little spider legs in here, these are made out of the cheapest, shittiest aluminum that you're ever going to see. You could take one of these little bars out of here, and you could go, and you could snap it like, I don't know, what are you snapping it like? Kermit the Frog's pecker. You could snap that in half like Kermit the Frog's pecker, as long as Miss Piggy ain't around. So, in this instance, there was one that didn't work. I think it was the defroster one, I believe. And that was why I started investigating new heater controls. So I did come up with a kit where you can just buy the spider legs here and swap them out. But it was like $90 American plus shipping. So, you know, I don't know. So then I got to looking at it and I thought, well, I'll bet you I can do something that's just as good as what it is. See, look at how nice it looks from this side. This is the bottom of it. Okay, that's the top. That's the bottom. I didn't clean it up. So, so this is what I done to fix it. This spider leg was broken right in this corner. Right, there's a corner there, if you can see it. And actually, you might even be able to still see the crack under there. So I lined it up, cut a piece of steel, drilled some holes, put some rivets in it, and Mr. Spider Leg works again. See, there's the cables. See, that shows you our action. So that's what I done to fix this. If this was 1972 and this car had to have this fixed, I probably wouldn't chance a repair like this. But in this car, and what is that? That is the defroster. I am guessing that in this car, the heater might get turned on twice in the next 17 years to come. But still, these are such a piece of shit that I'll bet you, if anything, it'll break around my repair. Nice professional repair. I should polish those. But again, I mean, that's going to be under there. And I would guesstimate that this probably took me about 25 minutes to do yesterday afternoon, and it probably saved me, I'll bet you, a week and a half of waiting for these arms, and with shipping and everything, a set of just these, where's my lever? Just these spider legs, the set of just those legs, and then I think it was some kind of a bullshit thing to replace this. It's all riveted and pressed together that's guaranteed to fail. It's like $80 American plus shipping, and like it would have been a week. So that's the repair to that. Did you follow that? The next thing that you might find on one of these is that your fan don't work. Now it's just about always going to be the fan motor, but this is your switch for your fan. You see that? See all the little dinks sticking out here? So the way these switches work is some power comes into the switch. There's no grounding involved in these. Power comes into this switch, and then as this spider leg up, as it moves back, who designs this stuff, hey? Somebody designed this, because there's a little lever in there, and as that rocker turns, it moves the lever up back and forth, and then that takes and it carries, it joins a circuit from this tab, and it'll take it and it'll touch onto one of the other tabs. Hey? I wish I was that smart. God damn it. Everybody's smarter than me, and it pisses me off. So, if you want to test that, get you your $7 meter, and I know you can't see this, but if you're going to buy a meter and you don't have one, get a meter that you can do called a continuity test. Continuity is spelled with an O. There's only one U in continuity, so don't get her twisted. Continuity is, it shows if there's a connection in a direct line. If things are joined, that's continuity, with an O. With an O? Yeah, with an O. If they're not joined, you don't have continuity. Can you hear that? So I like this. I mean, it has numbers to show. So that shows how much resistance you get. See how there's very little resistance? There's a ton of resistance. All right, enough of that. I like the speaker because the numbers don't mean shit to me. So you'll check your switch for continuity, right? So there, you touch it, all you got to do is, that's all we're looking for, right? So you get a connection there, our switch is off, we got nothing, we got nobody. So now we'll move it till we get one switch, we'll go there, we got nothing, oh, we got something, right? So our switch works in one connection. Move on to the next one. Is that it? Oh, we got one there. Oh, we must be in between. Now here. So I don't know how it's supposed to go, but I mean, the switch is moving shit around. So we know at least When the plug's in, like I said, you'll get power to there, and then these 3 phases, these will release different levels of power. I don't know how the hell it works, but it's going to kick the power up or down for the fan. That's why I got 3 levels for your 3 fan speeds, low, medium, high. Don't ask me how that works. I'm not an electrician. I have no idea. And if I told you something, I'd just be lying. So we know that works, and now this works, right? All these work. If something does happen and these guys really are stiff, well, have a good look at it and make sure you're not bent at this end and you're not bent at that end. Because if you do got a bend, one of these kind of does have a bit of a curve to it from somebody strong arming it. Oh yeah, it's this guy. See how that guy's kind of got a bend in it? So that would be a problem, but the bend doesn't go into the sheath. If that bend goes into the foreskin, then you got a problem. It's hard to get a bend into a foreskin. But these are all pretty good. Actually, this one was bent. I straightened it. Take a pair of pliers and straighten it. See what I'm saying to you? So that in a nutsack is how the heater control works, with the cables and the spider legs, and then you switch. I mean, like I say, if you're ripping one of these cars down yourself, you're probably going to want to get into that, because you might get it might get nipply in there, and you might want to soften them nipples up a little bit. And this is the unit to pull the tension out of the nipples. That's it. I am going to go put on a sperm suit. And I'm going to go outside and I'm going to sandblast. Oh yeah, you can't even see what I'm pointing at. I'm standing here talking and you can't even. What kind of a host am I? Hey, here, just a minute. Oh, that's better. Hey. So we're going to run over fatty cakes. So yeah, I'm going to go put on my cheese suit, and then I'm going to go out and I'm going to blast the last of the shit out of the heater box, and. Then I'm going to paint it black, and I can't put it together yet because I don't have a heater core yet. Should be here tomorrow or something. Oh yeah, there's another thing too. So there's a resistor that does something here. It might have something to do with this switch that I was just showing you that runs your fan speeds. It fell apart in this thing, but actually I found one on Amazon. I could get one off of any number of websites, and they were anywhere from $29 to $60. Amazon had the exact same thing here in Canada, and it was $16, and it'll be here tomorrow afternoon. So I get that painted up today, and I can start putting that shit together tomorrow. Right, fatty cakes? Here, look. Oh! That's fatty cakes. Hey, fatty cakes. She's a pain in the ass. Sketchy's around here somewhere too, but I don't know where she is. I forgot to mention something. I thought about this while I was out there sandblasting the old chemical warfare condominium mouse heater box there. Yesterday, while I was working on the catch of the day, so I took this son of a bitch like this here, and I stood her up in a garbage can, and I have these cables taped together so they will support each other. And the reason I did that was I took some of your favorite, whatever the hell you want to use. I don't give a shit what you use. I'm using some of this. And so what you want to do is you want to get your old man. Look at the droop in that, hey? Is that better? And in the top of the cable, you just want to give her, are you watching? Can you see that? Just a light little, come on now. Just one of them. See how that disappears? In that one. And in this one. And in this one. I don't got to show you the other one, god damn it. So anyways, so I started doing that yesterday, and over the course of I don't know how long, pretty much every time I walked by, I grabbed the little, and I gave her and then every little while after that, I'd walk by and I would, I'd give her the, see what I'm saying there? And then give it and 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 give it. And then just let that shit, so leave her standing up like this, and then gravity will help you, and the shit will go down there, and it'll keep these, oh, I can't even pull that one. You know what I mean? You're going to get in there and lubricate stuff. You feel me? So yeah, I done that. I started doing that yesterday, and actually I got them. They're moving quite nicely. Quite nice. Which one is it? I can't even demonstrate which one it is. There it is. Hey, see how nice that moves? Squeaky, 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 squeaky. So yeah. Anyways, I had her standing up. I stood her up in a garbage can. Is where I stood her up, and gave her that. Lube her up, boys. Lube her up. You gotta lube it up. Nobody wants you to go in dry. Lube her up. So that's just a tidbit I thought I'd throw in there. Hey, patty cakes. So yeah, if you watched this up to that point, thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, patty cakes. Say goodbye, patty cakes. Patty cakes says see ya.